was extremely afraid of heights. I took a job trying to wash windows in Austin, Texas. And the first day they tried to put me on some, well, after a month of like training, they put me on some scaffolding on the side of a building. I couldn't do it. And so I left there, called my mom, and was pretty disappointed. I was in my early 20s. And she suggested I go skydiving, and I said that would be stupid. I know I'm afraid of heights. So she bought me a skydiving ticket. That afternoon, I ended up going skydiving, and it like rewired my brain. By the end of a month, I had 100 jumps and was working at the facility, and I've never looked back. It just changed my life.
Skydiving was kind of just a random thing for me. I had done a few things in the Army, but never jumped out of planes like airborne or anything. And whenever I wanted to try that, my ears wouldn't allow me to pass the flight physical. And a buddy of mine went and signed up for it, and I asked him if there was any other like way that we could jump there, and they actually had a solo program. So instead of doing a tandem jump for my first jump, I just went ahead and went for a solo jump. And after I landed from that very first one, which I thought was going to be the only jump I would do, I immediately just handed them my credit card and said, okay, I want to get my license. I think this is for me. It was 10 years ago, and I'm still here 6,500 jumps later. Just keep on going.
So we've got a lot of people from Raess. We have older people that this is something they want to do. Yesterday, I think you saw that lady had leukemia, so she's dealing with cancer. And she's been going to treatment, all the time, and this is something she wanted to get off her bucket list. So she came out and jumped. The weekend before, I had a paraplegic that came and jumped, so it's pretty much anyone and everyone.
There was no one here that had ever taken a paraplegic, but back in Louisiana and Tennessee, Mississippi, where I've jumped in other places, I've taken several, and it's a really rewarding experience to do it, so I was happy to make it happen for him. He had to wait a little while just to get his health a little better, and then once he was ready, he came out last Sunday, and he made the jump with us. Everything went great. His family was there to support him. It was a really cool experience.
So seeing somebody come in who's a little nervous and has already been through some trauma in life and lost his ability to walk, and his thing he kept saying the whole time he's here is, you're only stopped by your own mind. You can do anything you want to do. And he had his whole family supporting him, and for us that's really rewarding. I got to see the finished video last night, and it was something that really moves me, because this is why I started this business, to help people like that. My first skydive, when I got there, I was extremely nervous. My mom bought it for me. I really thought, just because of YouTube videos I'd seen and stuff like that, that I was probably going to pass out, that I'd just be so afraid I'd just not be able to handle it. And we got in the door, and I was really scared, hoping please don't let me be the one, something's going to go wrong. And we jumped out, and it was completely opposite of that. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever done.
So I always wanted to go skydiving since I was little, and I decided this was the year to do it. Since I graduated, it was like a gift to myself. I didn't want to go by myself, so I told her, I was like, you should come with me. So here I am. I dragged her with me.
For a first-time jumper, when you show up for your jump with us, what you're going to do is get checked in, make sure that everything's good on paperwork. You fill out a couple forms, and you understand that you are going to be taking part in skydiving, which isn't completely safe nowadays even. So once you fill out the paperwork, we start the training process. You're just going to watch a video. It's a little safety video, and then from there you'll meet your instructor. We get you in the harness, all suited up and ready to actually go on your jump, and then we train you for about 15 minutes on how the jump's going to work. It's a really quick process. You just kind of follow instructions, and we talk about it again while we're in the plane, so there's no real opportunities to forget, because it is a little bit of information there. And then once you actually are trained up already, we might do a little video, ask you how you're feeling, why on earth would you want to jump out of a plane with a total stranger, and then we go to the plane and we actually start getting on our way up there. As we're in the plane, we kind of look around a little bit, see what there is around, but the real view is when the door opens, and once we get up on the edge there, you're on the edge of fear. Everyone is the most nervous right there. It's kind of a crazy thing, because once you leave the plane, you're actually falling, but you're somehow not scared anymore.
It was so terrifying at first.
The instructor I was with, he did a backflip, so I got to do the backflip, so that was cool. That was pretty cool to do. Yeah, and then once the parachute opened, being able to steer, and that was amazing.
It's really rewarding for us, because we take skydiving for granted when we do it every day. This is it's not an adrenaline rush for me. It's just a place of peace and relaxation. But that happens for all us instructors that have thousands of jumps. It becomes normal.
It's been a large part of my life for the better part of 9 years continuously. Even whenever I had a different job, I would come to the DZ every weekend. any extra time that I have. So this is something that I'm really passionate about, and I always encourage others to try it because I feel if there's a 10% chance that you're going to like it and this might be your new thing, then you should go for it.